on the most trended topic so far in my existence, which is on the Big Brother Naija. You know, for obvious reasons, I try not to bring it to the table, but this program is about talking about what's trending on social media, and this topic has trended so much on social media. Even politicians are, delving into the whole.
Pastors are preaching the narrative. Everyone is talking about it.
Stories everywhere, and it's on the Tacha experience. If you do not watch Big Brother, like I do not, but I always know what's going on because I keep up online. Let me just quickly run through what went down. A particular lady called Tacha, very popular, a huge following. She has a lot of fans. She was evicted. Disqualified rather. She was disqualified. That's different from being evicted. She was disqualified following an altercation with an equally popular housemate called Mercy. A big fight actually took place on Friday, and it led to Tacha pulling the hair of the other one, and then she got disqualified for that because it is against the house rule of the Big Brother. And ever since her disqualification, so many things are played out on social media. But just in case you missed that fight, let's quickly go check it out. We'll be back.
Big Brother finds you guilty of breaking the house rule, of physical violence, and of intent to harm the moment you shoved Mercy, and the moment you pulled her hair, on 2 separate occasions. Such physical violence has no place in Big Brother's house. You are hereby automatically disqualified from the Big Brother house.
That's goose!
You must leave the house.
Twitter is on fire! There goes the 99 day.
Right, welcome back. Now, according to the Big Brother rule book, Article 18, subsection 1, other types of violence, including provocation, goading, bullying, victimization, may be punished by Big Brother in any way Big Brother chooses. Now, since this disqualification, a lot of comments have been playing out on social media. People think this disqualification is unfair. A lot of people actually think it is fair. The person that got disqualified, Tacha, people have described her as being toxic, and that is not my opinion, but that's what people are saying on social media. But a lot of things have been playing out, and I know that as people we have a thing or two to learn, from what has just happened. It is a phenomenon in Nigeria today.
A cultural phenomenon.
Yes, I'm telling you. So, Pastor Dolly.
Well, for me,
first of all, I know you don't watch Big Brother.
Pastor Dolly couldn't even be bothered by any of that.
It's more of hearsay. Everything about Tacha is hearsay. And until she was evicted or disqualified, I actually didn't know there was anybody called Tacha out there because
she was disqualified,
and everybody was like, in fact, when you go online.
So do you follow her now on Instagram, Pastor Dolly?
Do I follow
Tacha?
I don't now. I still don't follow her. Really. In fact, in my house, you don't even watch.
You should come on the Titans team, Pastor Dolly.
Can you let Pastor Dolly talk?
I know this guy because I follow him on Instagram, and I know he's Tacha.
I'm recruiting you to the Titans team. Pastor Dolly, you'll be becoming a Titan today. Oh my days.
All right, go ahead.
So like I was saying, I think from the things I heard about her, like when they were saying that she smells and all that, I felt somebody was going too far in saying things about her. Because she's a lady and I don't expect people to go that far about her anyway. And I also think somewhere along the line, I heard this story of, she's an orphan, nobody to raise her. I don't think that's a reason for any woman to be rude outside. I think there is always need to observe restraint in whatever you are doing. No matter how rude you are, there are occasions whereby you have to just be a woman that you are, a woman that will not be toxic, really, that will not be toxic, that people will see you and be like, this one, I don't want this face, just because of your character and all that. Yeah, I think she should work on her character.
Okay, well, I want to look at Big Brother because a lot of people ask, like, what's the essence of Big Brother? Like, essentially, Big Brother is a social experiment. And what a social experiment does is that it helps, the designers of society to be able to craft and determine, the emotional, psychological, and societal pulse of members of that community. For example, after the World War, the USA used Hollywood to craft what we now know as the American dream by the response of people to the movies and the music and everything that was being produced. So government agencies were able to know these are the things that Americans respond to, right? And then begin to craft policies and innovations and interventions that will make for easy buy-in to the people. That's what shows like Big Brother does. And I've learned two very critical things from Big Brother and the issue of Tacha's disqualification. First of all, Nigerians are not people that make or take decisions based on principle. We are more ruled by our emotions. We are more ruled by sentiment in taking decisions. Because now, despite, I'm not going to go into all the hoopla about Tacha and her behavior. And if you look at stuff from the angle of a psychologist, you would understand that Big Brother, what we watch on TV is a narrative that the operators of that show want us to see. Don't forget, the theme of this year's show is Pepper Them Gang. And some housemates that actually came out of the house prior mentioned that this girl called Tacha is the sweetest and the most gentle female in that house. But here's the thing. She's the kind of person who probably from her life experience has had to maybe struggle or fight for all that she's had. So human beings have two responses, fight or flight. For someone like her who has had to go the hog to get what she wants, Pastor Dolly's A-leaf might be flight when there's an issue I don't like. But she would fight. Now, the housemates that came out actually mentioned that most of what we saw was when Tacha, after being provoked, was reacting, and that's what the viewers saw. And then came up with the narrative, that this girl is a very toxic person. But those that live in the house with her beg to differ, right? But we Nigerians that are watching are not going that far to get the whole essence of what is going on. The second thing I learned from this whole Tacha's issue is, number one, lots of people are hypocrites. Everyone is now like a mental health expert, make yourself a better person. Even people that have the worst character traits in the world are coming online to advise, I hope you're becoming a better person. And finally, I also learned that the Nigerian would love you irrespective of perceived flaws or strengths. Because at the end of the day, if you follow the narrative that have been crafted around this girl, people should turn their noses up at her. But it turns out she has the hugest following now. She's been trending back to back on Twitter and every social media, and she has crazy support.
Okay, the truth is, I don't watch Big Brother Africa or Big Brother Nigeria, or Big Brother Western. I don't watch.
Oh Lord!
I don't watch, and I don't know anybody called Tacha. I don't know her, but from what I just saw, it's not good enough to judge people by what you just see. Something would have caused it to happen. For me, I would have preferred Big Brother to go to the root of the problem. What provoked her into fighting? Sometimes you could get to the point, somebody could push you to a point where you just react. It's not like this is you. Even if it's you, there are still situations where you can control yourself, but there's some situation you need to tell this person, enough is enough. I won't take this. And if you don't do that at that juncture, the person will continue. So there's a way you become too gentle and people begin to take you for granted. And there's a way you become, you kind of behave like a lion. And she can really react this way. So it makes you have a limit to what you can do with a person, the kind of jokes and stuff you can do with a person. For me, I think that's what, I don't know her biography, I don't know anything about her, but I'm saying it's not good enough to just judge her or disqualify her based on this fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Malik.
Brilliant.
Well, let's look at it from the scriptures. The Bible says, let your good be known by men. Okay, so if your narrative or your story has been that your character, your response, and your social, interaction with people is not very positive, then let it end as hearsay. Let us not see a reaction that proves that.
Okay.
That's the point of view to what has happened. So if we are having different stories and here comes the action, we are proving that most of those stories are right.
No,
so that is one perspective to it.
He's saying that's one perspective to the whole narrative.
There's some hearsay that has been going on before that incident. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Let not that happen. Okay, so that your good deed might not be able to looked at. Second part is this. Well, for those that watch and those that doesn't watch Big Brother Nigeria, how are we sure this is not a script that has been played out?
Right.
That's my perspective.
Right. What I want to say is I want to respond to Amanda's stuff.
Okay.
You see, there is no reason whatsoever to get physical with anybody. Because don't say somebody pushed me to the wall. But if in the process of dragging that girl's hair, something else resulted from it, what will you say? There is no reason. Look, there is need for self-control.
You're correct.
You're a human being, you should be able to control yourself. It's not everything you react to. Like on my way, was it on my way here this morning, I carried somebody in the car and I was telling the person that anger is a choice. I decide to be angry. I decide not to be. I told him, somebody drove rough for me as we were coming. Instead of reacting angrily, I started laughing. The ordinary person, somebody is sorry, will resort back. No, for me, it shouldn't be because I'm the one who is in control of my emotion. I'm the one who is in control of myself. If you want me to be angry and I'm angry, I'm like you.
No,
I have to push on you're right, but there's a clause.
What I wanted to say, what I'm saying is, I'm not supporting the fact that she fought in public, but what I'm saying is, there are some situations that you need to.
There's always a backstory.
Come on, the Bible even say, even the righteous falls. The Bible that you mentioned, even the righteous falls, and the righteous can make a mistake. But the point is, I believe that Big Brother would have, gone
looked at it critically.
So the cost of
and the truth is,
I remember. Why
are we saying that they didn't do that? We are not there. We cannot.
The truth is,
both of them fought. Two people fought.
And Mercy was actually the instigator of that fight because she bumped into Tacha and then swiped her eyes twice. But that's what Big Brother decides what he does in his house. But back to what Pastor Dolly said. Now, everyone that knows me knows I have the utmost respect for women. But on getting here today, I did something that I would chastise supremely another man who did.
You're human.
Because a lady, attacked me with unpleasant, interaction. And I lost it and, returned the favor. But right after that, I felt really bad. I had to go. I literally went on my knees and hugged her and apologized. But I looked at myself and I said, this is not me. Like, I would never ordinarily do this. Right? But what Pastor Don is saying is the truth. You should have self-control. But like you said, it gets to a tipping point. And, Cindy, one of the housemates, actually mentioned in her interview post-eviction that this girl called Tacha had taking a long rope in avoiding Mercy and herself. So it's back to what you're saying. It's all scripted at the end of the day. Reality TV is a script because the operators of this show, they have something they want you to see. And whenever that thing is coming up, they beam to you.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Like I said earlier, this has become like a huge occurrence in Nigeria. How it got to that still beats me, because I don't understand.
Yeah, where the time comes.
The majority of us, even at this table, don't even watch the show. But here we are talking
about it.
That says a lot about, the kind of influence,
That's it, the social experiment.
Yes. Udo is asking, what is useful about this Big Brother?
That's what I just explained. It's a social experiment.
What is this even about? I understand your questions through and through. But for me, my take home from this Tacha experience is the fact that for us as humans, things can change very quickly.
Yeah.
You know, what is supposed to be a bad situation could turn around and become a blessing at the end of the day. Of course, don't forget that the take home from the Big Brother show is 60 million plus a lot of other goodies and all of that. That she has lost out from. But ever since she's been disqualified, this girl has made
over 100 million,
you know, like
from promised gifts.
From promises and
the platform she has right now, right? Like did you notice that all the banks, like a lot of the banks on the Independence anniversary were using her catchphrase?
Exactly.
Right. So she's so, and this is someone that people were saying she cannot be endorsed. Her character is shitty. No one will talk to her. But right now, she's such a phenomenon.
There's something good can come out from her.
Yeah, like you're right. Anything can change.
Anything can change. And then second of all, another take home from this is I learned this, you know, when I was in primary school, and it's also in the scriptures that pride goes before a fall. However we want to look at it, is it a script? Is it not a script? People need to begin to behave properly. Because if you allow some certain things get into your head and then you become so prideful, like they say in Nigeria, I don't know if that's an English word, you know, but you know, if you become so proud, you can crash very easily. So there are different ways you can look at this situation, but what I know is this topic, this particular...
It's far from over.
It's far from over.
We're moving on. We move.
I'm telling you. All right, let's look at that's coming in. This one says Big Brother Naija is a program that is not teaching any moral lesson. I think government should suspend such a program. There are many other programs to encourage rather than this immoral program called Big Brother Naija. Chinedu from Oba sends that one in.